Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So we do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks. The shadows here, they play it as karmic themes. This will help you understand why you attract the people that you attract and why certain karmic themes play out and what you would need to do to break the karmic cycle, because you actually are the creator of your own reality. Your level of consciousness depends on what your core beliefs are, and your core beliefs are what determines your behaviorisms. So when we have a spiritual block, it just means that we have a perception that has a core belief that's out of alignment with our true self, the higher self. The God part of self is the higher self. That is made of an unconditional love. It's our connection to each other. It's felt as empathy and sensitivity. Well, that energy is also our supernatural energy that transcends all time and space, so that when we meet a soulmate, twin flame, past life, karmic mate, we recognize them. We recognize that their soul, and we recognize them because, again, that familiar energy. So problem is that when we attract someone that feels like home, but then they don't act like home, then, or the home that we would want to live in, I should say, sometimes they actually they all the time resemble the home that you grew up in. But if you grew up in a very turbulent home, you wouldn't want it to feel like home. You want it to feel everything that home wasn't, right? Which would be support, unconditional love, and integrating these higher levels of consciousness that are derived from unconditional love. When you grow up in an environment that, there's one parent and that parent's angry all the time, and you just watched bad codependent attachment style relationships when there were addictions in the house, well, then we have formed behaviorisms in alignment with the survival that we perceived that we needed in that time. Problem is that we get out of the environments that we grow up in. Eventually, we move out onto our own, but the habits and the behaviorisms that we formed in childhood stay with us, and we're not aware of it anymore. We're subconscious. So the spiritual blocks are always subconscious, and healing is about first seeing the new awareness, and that is what you do to contribute to the imbalances in the experiences that you live. The second part is the integration process, which is seeing the situation from a different perception. And the last part of healing is the transmutation process. And it's taking all that negative energy that was accumulated from being in a toxic relationship or a karmic relationship or around someone that continually triggers you, and then doing something with that energy, but doing something that's going to bring positivity to the world, to your life, being able to see yourself differently. Why? Because God is all knowing. You have God inside of you as the gift of spirit. So you actually have the answers all inside of you. You too are all knowing. It's just on a conscious level, like I said, we get blocked. So spiritual healing is all about the integration process. So the readings have a style that's more therapy than a psychic reading, because I'm helping you understand why certain things are the way that they are, so that you can implement new behaviorisms to get a different reality and to always avoid the negative karmic retribution. All right, let's jump right on in. All right, Scorpio. Thanks for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, by the way. Keep playing the word in the video. If you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word in the video in the comment bar. The word in the video will always be in the comment bar. Will always be in the not the comment bar, will be in the description box. You're going to write the word of the video in your comment bar. I don't know what's going on. My words are getting ahead of me. Okay. The underlying energy is anger. Anger. Well, I feel like you're over it. Like with somebody, you're like completely over it. And I feel like the person that's connected to you never thought that you would walk away. First of all, they never saw their situation playing out the way that it did. So I feel like they're angry. I feel like this person's angry because it's almost like, who the hell do you think you are to walk away from me? That's number one. And then it's also, that wasn't my intention. My intention was not, but this person like doesn't pay attention to what they do. They're more angry with themselves, I have to say, because I think, yeah, they're annoyed at the fact that you're not giving second chances, third chances, fourth chances, like you're done. And this person knows that because they keep on throwing breadcrumbs, you're ignoring the breadcrumbs. So they're not even giving that anymore. And there's a sense that they don't really know how to approach you. But I feel they're more angry with themselves because they know that they didn't give anything and that they could have given something, that they chose to give nothing. And they know that you're like angry because it was insulting. You're like, if anything, I think that when you think about this person makes you very angry because they sabotage the relationship. This was a good spiritual connection, but they held back from you. And because they held back from you and gave you nothing, there's a sense that you're like, I'm done. I watched you give to a lot of other people, and there's a deficit here. And this person was deliberately doing that. They wanted to get underneath your skin because they wanted you to say something. And what they realized is you didn't say anything, but it's almost like they could feel you snapped. You're like, you're over it. You're not interested in anything that they have to say. And now they're angry. And they're angry because they lied. They created a lot of illusions to make it look like they didn't care about you. And also, it's like, how are they going to come back from that? You know, what is, I purposely was holding back from you to be an asshole so that you would get upset, so that you would say something to me because you stopped talking to me and you stopped talking to this person because it's like this person wanted you to give up all your power. It's like they wanted you to be like subservient to them. Like you felt like constrained to be with them because they didn't really want to give you anything, but they want you to, you know, be by their beck and call. This person's so immature. It's like, again, look, constrained, consumed, no emotional space available. Okay. So they're not emotionally intelligent. And then they create intense and overwhelming drama. So I feel like this person ran around, talked to a lot of people. I feel like they drink too much, they party too much. And so they're consumed. When you're with a person like them, they consume you with, you know, you can never relax if they're always talking to someone and they're not making you feel safe in the relationship. That's one way. Then on top of it, they're reckless. They drink, they do drugs, they drive when they're doing it. They go to work they don't care about themselves. And so then there's a nervousness with that, and also the unpredictability of, well, every time they drink or they do that, they disappear. I don't know who's showing up. They're moody. Again, it's very consuming, and it's a way that it really constrains you, because even though they may not be controlling you per se, if you're going to be with them and you don't feel safe, well, then your energy is still on them. It's not on creating. It's not on doing. It's not so feeling like you can go out and connect with other people. So this is the way that this person does it. It's very toxic. I feel like they talk to other people in their inbox. I feel like they create triangles. Sometimes, again, just talking to other people, flirting with them, knowing that they're leading that person on, not intentionally wanting to give anyone anything, but flirty, so that the other person thinks something, and then all of a sudden they find out that they're talking to you, that you're there. So of course it creates a lot of animosity between you and a person that you don't even know. That you and this person, they don't know them. They don't know you. They only know what this person is showing them. And so this person likes the drama. They want you to be consumed with them. They want you to be like, so it's like their ego is like running the show. And then it's like I think that this person thought that you were going to like give a lot of yourself. So you have this spiritual energy, this healing type energy. So they really thought if they came in and they were like broken per se, and seemed like a rebel, that you were gonna want to fix them. And in this, that you would be very dutiful, where you would give them, again, a lot of your energy. It's like this person didn't want to give you anything, but what it looks like is they want you to be so taken with them. They want you to be so consumed with them that you're afraid that they're going to go somewhere else, that they're going to talk to someone else, that you would give all your time. I don't know why this person actually thought that you would do that. It's like there's a sense that I feel like, if anything, they know that you're not the type of person to do that. And I think that's why they want it. You're not a person that would normally like this person. Your vibration is way too high. And I feel like when you met this person, you misjudged them. You thought that they were like on your vibration, and they're not. They're on a very low vibration. So there's a sense that they're not emotionally intelligent. They just want to create a lot of drama so that it seems that people are fighting over them. Now, here you are, someone that's on a high vibration, your life is all together, you're a great catch, and they wanted to make it look like you were fighting over them. They want it to be like you being dutiful to them. It's like almost like fed their ego. And I feel like that you were like, I'm out of here. Like you saw exactly what they did. So you get triggered because you're like, you're trying to manipulate me. I would never be in a relationship with someone that I give everything to, and that the person that I'm with gives nothing to. And I could see what you're trying to do. You're trying to create the illusion that everything is great, that you're such a great catch, that you don't really need me, and you want me to overgive, to lose myself in you, when meanwhile you're not giving me anything. I feel like the only way that you knew to like deal with this person was to remove yourself, and that's actually the best thing to do, because this person again wanted you to be consumed with them. And that's normally what happens when you're in a relationship with someone like this, that's talking to multiple people, that has very reckless behavior. It's almost like they are looking for a mother, but then they become very resentful. This person has a mother wound. They don't want commitment. They don't like commitment. though they want to feel as if they're desired. And again, something about you. So whether or not you're very popular, whether you're out in the public eye, and this person likes your job, they like who you're friends with. There's something that's very appealing to this person about you, which is why they want it to appear like you're so taken with them, like you're so in love with them. And you called their bluff. You withdrew from this person, and then because you were like, I can't deal with this. You're like, I can't deal with this. I don't trust you. You're not giving me anything. You're just playing a lot of games. You're playing a lot of games like you want me to fight for you. That's what this story is all about. And what you did was you're like, I'm not playing the game, and I'm also gonna walk away from you. Like because you think that I'm so taken with you that I'm going to actually fight this person. And you're like, I'm not gonna fight this person. I'm not going to like say anything. Like I said, this person loves that. Even if you weren't who you are, this is a regular tactic that this person does, that they talk to a lot of people. They play the game like, oh, I'm just out here being friendly with everybody, but they're not. They're leading people on, knowing damn well that they're leading people on, even though they don't say, hey, I'd like to take you to dinner. Oh, hey, I'm interested. They don't say that, but they're very flirty. They lead people on. They give these random people time, and they also know who to seek out. They're seeking out people that are only getting breadcrumbs and don't notice well, that's all they're getting is breadcrumbs. This person thought that they were going to come in and give you breadcrumbs and trick you into it by not being transparent, but they almost thought that you were going to get emotional. And I feel like it's because you're someone that speaks your mind. You're someone that is very direct. So this person sees it sometimes as confrontational, even though you're not confrontational. You're confident. And they know for a fact you wouldn't want to be dating them as they were talking to other people. They know this. So it's like, I feel like they could deliberately set that dynamic up in hopes that you would react. So again, they could be like, see, look how much you like this person, that they love me. They love me so much. Look how mad Scorpio gets. Look how crazy Scorpio gets. They just love me. When meanwhile, it's like they're obsessed with you. That's why they need for you to react that way. And you never, like this person does things all the time and you just got sick of the lack of respect. I'm going to say, even though it says like apology here, but it's the lack of respect. It's like, I'm allowed to treat you however. I to bring in other people. I know what I do. I stir this shit. I tell people one-sided stories. So you don't know who's annoyed with you. You don't know. And this person, like I said, just creates a lot of drama, unnecessary drama to have you consume with them. So you're not focusing on your own needs. They don't apologize. If anything, they'll disappear for a little while. Then after a certain amount of time, they come back and they act like nothing's happened. And then they start the whole thing over again. So I just feel like that this is a regular thing with this person. And you're like, after a while, you got so depressed from being in a connection with this person because they're always creating so much drama that I feel like your adrenals were actually, you started to get like adrenal fatigue, adrenal burnout. That's when you're like living in survival mode and you have constant anxiety and depression from this person, which, so I feel like they were really trying to mess with your head. And that's what they were trying to do. It's almost like your confidence bothered this person. It's like they perceived you as one person. Then you showed them that you were not that person, and this person got angry about it. And there was a sense of, I have feelings for you, and you just seem a little bit too big for your britches. You just a little bit too high on your horse. And, I want to seem as if I'm desirable. This person always plays these games. But again, someone like you, someone that's attractive, that has their shit together, that doesn't need to be taken care of, that's seen as someone that's like prestigious, that's someone that is a pillar in their community, someone that is a mover and a shaker, someone like you. Well, you're the entire package. And if you like me and I can make you really like me, well, that's going to feed their ego even more. But it didn't. What happened was this person gave you adrenal fatigue. They gave you major anxiety. They gave you depression where you wanted to get into isolation. You left. You called their bluff because you're like, okay, you're not really that strong. But you got tired of the disrespect, the no apology, that it was okay, that they consume you with their bullshit, with their toxic behavior, their lies and illusions. So of course you didn't put up with it. So that's why this person's angry, but they're more angry at themselves because they're realizing that they didn't give you anything. B, seeing you for truly who you are. Like I said, at when they first met you, they thought you were somebody that they could do this to. But that's not because that's who you are. I think it's just because they didn't take the time to really get to know you, and they just assume that anyone that's going to give them time must not be of any worth, because they know they're not giving anything. They don't think highly of themselves. People that feel good about themselves don't do this. Now they're seeing you in a different light, and you actually got away and you're not giving them anything. Remember, they needed you to be consumed with them. They needed for you to be like, make a big stink that they weren't giving you anything. They needed for you to like be so upset. And that's not what happened. You walked away. You called their bluff. You're like, I'm not playing this game. You're on such a low vibration. Now they're embarrassed. Now they're embarrassed. So let's see if they're going to do anything at all. I mean, this person has a lot of mud on their face. And that's why they're angry, because I'm also feeling like they don't know how they're going to come back from this. They don't want to have to apologize. They don't want to have to like do any of that. Now this popped out, but we're going to read it anyway. Yeah, this person, like this person, like you make them go deep within inside of themselves because you walked away from them. So there's a lot that's coming to the surface. This person like feels like you're very mysterious. There is a spiritual connection because there's strong intuition. And I feel like, believe it or not, this person, it wants to talk to you. They want to open up. It's almost like they feel like you're an emotional force to them because there is a spiritual connection. I just feel like when this person had the chance, they didn't give you the time. They didn't know who they were dealing with. They were like, yeah, you're attractive. Yeah, you like again are in the community, but you're really not all that. Thing is, now they're seeing you actually are all that, and that you're like an emotional force. They want to like open up. They want to be honest. Now, well, does that mean that they will? This is a Joker card, so that's like I always say, like a chameleon. Okay. Though the truth of the matter is that um I feel like with them that they're still gonna have their guard up a little bit. So even though they want to open up, they want to say stuff, I feel like they're not gonna open up all the way because they're still guarded. And I feel like they tend to get very defensive because they haven't done all the healing, but they want to do the heroic thing. See, that's really what it is. It's like this person, the higher self of them wants to do the right thing. But I feel like this person's been living in a low vibration for such a long time and playing this game for such a long time that they don't really know what to do. So it's almost like I feel like they're preparing themselves right now, right? Because we see prepared, we see that they tend to be defensive, but they want to do the right thing. They want to, they want, they want to let down their guard, but their natural way is to be on their guard. So it's like I said, they're trying to figure out how to do it because they know that you're not going to be in a connection with them unless they open up. They have to say something. And they know that they have to um they have to be more emotionally intelligent. They have to be able to express how they feel. They have to offer some sort of love to you. They want to. They want to there, but there's a sense of them just trying to figure out how. And I feel like they're going to try and connect with people that you know in their in the community that they're trying to make arrangements. Again, this person strategizes a lot because they don't really know how to go into the heart center is what I'm feeling like. Again, they're not emotionally intelligent. They're becoming emotionally intelligent because of infatuation. I feel like they're going to offer you a friendship within hopes of love, within hopes of romance, but I don't feel like that they're secure enough to verbalize that. And I say that because it's almost like we see here socialize, network, support, almost like waiting to meet you in some sort of gathering. Um, or they're going to ask you to come out and socialize, but there's a sense of not knowing how to approach you, knowing really that they should be offering a lot more to you, but they're afraid of rejection. Yeah, so they're gonna again ask again for friendship. And that's what it said here too. So it's like it's almost like they're trying to find their balance in the in this situation because they know that they played games. So what makes this person want to come back all of a sudden? Because this doesn't like what is making them all of a sudden want to come back. It's like I feel like for a long time that they were very rebellious over this, but it's almost like they feel a very strong mutual bond with you, and they're that just can and I feel like passion a passion because they this connection has affected them hormonal and this connection actually is also helping them find themselves. It also makes them feel like they get excited about it. Like I feel like, when you like somebody and that you get all excited, you get butterflies in your stomach, and it makes you feel all young and exciting, and that's how this person feels around you. And I feel like it's because you're independent that normally this person likes to create attachments. They like to create one-sided relationships. I mean, they don't give anything to anybody, really. They give them breadcrumbs to everyone. They pin people against each other. So their entire connection with these people is all about, people fighting off other people when really your person doesn't even want to be with any of those people. It's just a ploy so that they don't really have to talk about themselves. It's a ploy to keep having people give to them, right? Because they're so worried that they're going to wind up with the other person. So I feel as if it's just a different, like they're ready for a different type of relationship where they're because they actually have feelings where normally they don't have feelings. And they don't have feelings because the people that normally play along in those games, the triangle ones, or people that are on low vibration, you walked away. We're like, I'm not going to put up with this. I'm going to call your bluff. I'm not putting up with it. I'm not going to do anything. You're not codependent. So this person wants to emotionally open up, which is a rarity. They have an emotional bond, which is a rarity. And there's passion there. And there's also the sense that the butterflies, again, you make this person feel young, but it's also what I would say, you're independent. You're not codependent. So they can actually see themselves in a relationship with you because you're handling things a lot differently than what they're used to, even though they're the person that creates all that bullshit. They're the person that creates the dynamic of the triangle, of having people fight for them and doing all that. But in the sense that they do all that, they don't trust the people that are actually playing along with their game, because they know, hey, well, if you're doing that, you don't have respect for yourself. Even though I'm the person that's doing that to you, you're still playing along. You're still worried that I'm going to be with someone else. So you have very little respect for yourself, and you're not putting energy into yourself. So it's like you displayed all the characteristics that this person like looks for, but was never able to verbalize what they were looking for in another human being. That's number one. But you showed them clearly that you're very independent. You don't need them. You're not going to put up with any shit. You're not going to lower your expectations, or like you're not going to undervalue yourself to please this person. And that is what makes this person trust you. This is what makes this person find you attractive. And the fact that you just completely let go, like you release them. You release them. And in the fact that you release them, it made this person like it. I feel like in a way it destroyed them. It played with their mind because you changed the narrative on them, and they never had that happen. I feel like, again, they create a lot of drama and people go along with it. And then what happens is that then they get into the relationship with a person for a very short amount of time, but the relationship was never really built on anything strong or real. It was built on passion and drama, consuming drama. So almost like you've put so much effort and energy into them. It's like the prize. You need to have the prize. This is what this person's used to. And that's not what happened here. And it didn't happen because you're like, I'm not playing this game. When the person knows that when people go along with that, well, then if they're actually get to a point of being in a relationship with someone that did all the work, that eventually that person tries to control your person. I'm going to call them your person, but the person that's connected to you. They because they're like, you agreed with everything, you degrade yourself, and then you're going to be mad that I'm not doing X, Y, Z, when meanwhile, I never promised you. I never promised you any of that. It's like you came in here. I gave you nothing. I gave you breadcrumbs. I treated you like shit. Yeah, you stuck around. Maybe I slept with you. Maybe we went out to dinner once or twice, but I never treated you well. You know, I treated you whatever my mood was in. If I was in a shitty mood, I treated you like shit. I didn't really take this connection that seriously. So of course, you know, people get mad. There's karmic retribution after. So this person like that's what they're used to, and they love the drama. They love that consume because they're angry. They're angry. So they want to make other people angry. And the way that they do that is they get into a connection, they give very little, they make the person degrade themselves, abandon themselves, and then, you know, they don't give anything back. And then it creates drama. If they pull in other people, again, creates even more drama. You know, triangles, because they're already dealing with people that are on a low vibration, people that don't feel good about themselves, that didn't recognize what this person does. Because angry people make people angry, hurt people. So it's like what you did was you changed the narrative completely, because you were like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to I'm not down for this. I'm not down for this. You know, that's why this person's embarrassed, because they know damn well what they were going to do. That's why they're like, I really can't come in and offer you like to be my boyfriend or girlfriend, because you know that's probably off the table now. And I think they know because you're over it. So that's what this person is trying to do. And that's why you can expect that they're going to be making a move to you in the next few weeks. Like everything's going to unfold within the next few weeks. And they're going to offer you an olive branch, like a friendship. They're going to apologize. They want you in their life as a friend. And I think mainly, more than anything, they're going to be offering you a friendship, because what they're saying is, you may not be back in my life after all the bullshit that I put you through. However, I would love it if you could actually be in my life as a friend, because I trust you. I respect you. You didn't put up with the shit that I put you through. You told me exactly where it was. You don't care. You walked out of my life. Where everybody else, they take what I give them, and then once I, you know, just surrender to it, because I'm like, hey, you want to be treated like a dog, I let them I let them do what they want for me. You know, they cook, they clean, they buy me shit, they take me places, they wine, they dine me, they 69 me, they do it all. So I'm gonna let them, but I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not going to do anything for them. They want to do that, then that's what they want to do. So of course there's consequences after. A person can't believe it, they're hurt, Now they want to control the situation, and your person's like, well, then I don't let them control me. It's like, if anything, I pull in somebody else. I pull in a triangle. I created the triangle method. I bring in other people. I talk to other people that I lead them on to think that I like them. So then I don't have to fight them. Now the two people are gonna fight each other over me and be all consumed about what I'm gonna do and fight for me. I love that. That was this person, and you were like, I'm not playing this game. You're disgusting. I'm not fighting for you. And this person was like, bingo! Finally, someone that's honest. Finally. Now, I feel like this person doesn't trust people and they like to put people to the test. And this is one of their tests, but it's because they're angry. And the thing is, this whole thing backfired on them because they're also angry that you're not in their life and they have to figure out how to come back. They would love to have you come back as a boyfriend or girlfriend, but they know that they're not going to be able to get that they're most likely going to have to come in and act like a friend and have and prove to you. So we're going to end off with shining light. My desire to improve myself, transform fear into strength. I raise my thoughts above doubt and find faith in goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself and soul, and I discover the light that dwells in me. So I kind of feel like with this person, you might say, well, how would it improve you? Well, I feel like you didn't sway. You didn't sway from your truth. That's number one. Number two, I feel like you may not be as raising your vibration around this person. You may only be that person that helps raise this person's vibration, because what it is that they were looking for someone that respected themselves. They were looking for someone that displayed good character. You did that. And they're like, that's the type of relationship I want to be in. So with somebody that's independent, that I'm not going to be codependent, that I'm not going to lose my life in. It's like all these people, they claim that they're okay with whatever relationship I give them. I treat them like a dog, and they're okay with it the whole time. And then all of a sudden they want to flip the switch, like things are going to be different after I treated them like crap the whole time. So they want to manipulate me into making me do what for them what I don't really want to do, and I don't want to do it because of people like that manipulate. They're not true. What you showed this person as well, I am true. And so Spirit says, well, that is part of transforming fear into strength too. It's if you have a connection with someone and they want you to undervalue yourself, it's like, and then you don't do it and you stand true to yourself, what you're seeing is this person winds up transmuting their fear into strength, and you actually get to see a different result where this person that acted from a low vibration, that they actually want to raise their vibration. It's that this is like a weird tactic that they do to weed out people because they don't trust people. I'm not saying that it's ethical. It's this person's mindset is you can't trust anybody. So, I'm going to treat people the way that I know that I wouldn't put up with it. And if you go along with it, I know that you don't want to go along with it. So I know you're full of shit and I can't trust you. And so, like I said, that's not what happened here. You were like, bye. And this person was shocked and hurt by it. Their initial was, damn, like, didn't expect you to call my bluff. I didn't expect that. Like, I expected you to stay. I thought that you were going to take it. I felt like everyone else, like, and only because they didn't ever take the time. And that's a thing too. This person comes in and has surface relationships doesn't really give the time. And that's also how they gauge whether or not you're someone that's true. Because if they're not giving you any time right from the gate and you're like doing everything, then you don't really have a life. And then you might show on Instagram and other things that you have a life, but this person's like, if I'm giving you barely anything and you're always available, you don't have a life. And then you're eventually going to expect me to be that person to give you that life. And I don't want to do it. I want to actually be with someone that's going to make me into a better person. And that's what this person saw with you. And I feel like sometimes being with a person that makes you stand your truth makes you a better person. So you might be someone that comes in with boundaries, and then once the boundaries are met, you then try and become lenient. What Spirit is saying is, no, with this type of person, you would need to hold your boundary a year into the relationship, 2 years into the relationship, because they've been playing this game with people for a long time. And so this relationship is all about improving both yourselves. So we'd have to say your thing would be like swaying in and out. Now I have to say, let's just see why you attract this person into your life, because like I said, we're only going to pull 3, and this is abandonment. Well, again, them not giving anything, them not emotionally showing up is abandonment. Is the inner child wound. So obviously making yourself into the best version of yourself means that you always show up for yourself, regardless of what someone else does. So you pass the lesson right off the bat, we're seeing just with that one card. Water, go with the flow. But I feel like it's least resistance. So it's not that you went along with the fact that this person handed you shit. What it was you go with the flow of what the universe shows you. And what it was is that you saw, your intuition saw, and you did go with the flow, but you went with the flow for your own life, what was best for you. You didn't try and change them. That's what this person wanted you to do. I want you to fight for me. I love that, especially someone of your caliber. Show me, feed me, feed me. You didn't do that. You were like, nope, least resistance. I don't need to do any of that. And friendship. So I'm kind of feeling like this connection, because this person's going to come back and they're going to apologize, going to do it in their own unique way. But I do feel like they're going to say, hey, I really admire you, I really respect you, I really miss not having you in my life. Like, I just want you to know. I feel like they're going to like heal the fact of abandonment, because they're coming back. That they pretty much abandoned themselves because they have trust issues. So they kind of like jumped this before they actually knew. That's number 1. And number 2, I'm kind of feeling like it is like for friendship. Why? Because friendship teaches you have to forgive. You know, friends aren't perfect. Friends bring other things to the table that you don't have strengths in, right? I feel like this person has strengths in other areas of their life. So I feel like there's someone that's very business oriented. There's someone that, you know, could help you in other areas of your life. And so I do feel like it's for that. It's to learn the foundation of when you come from a home, okay, when you come from a home that's codependent and there's a lot of trauma, you don't learn what unconditional love is, because you're growing up in a survival mechanism. And I kind of feel like your person grew up that way. That's why they have so many trust issues. Then they carried them into other relationships. So they learned to find out about people by playing games and seeing like what they could get away with. Again, not the right way, not really a good foundation for friendship, clearly. If this person's always trying to catch someone catch them getting in, like doing something. But again, they're doing it to protect themselves. So I feel like because you showed this person like that's who you are, that you don't put up with it, you saw right through it, that this person is going to actually try to be a friend. And I feel like it's your job to actually be a friend. And I feel like it's because you didn't grow up in an environment that you were nurtured. And again, parents tend to say, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. That was what they said back in the day. Now you have parents that say, want to be friends. So it's not one or the other. I think parents need to find the balance. And it is for the parent to actually make that child feel safe enough to, like, as if we're talking to a friend. Instead, a lot of parents aren't out like that. So they're taught that, friendship is conditional. Love is conditional, where spirit says, no, love is not unconditional. Love is not conditional. It's unconditional. That's why they call it unconditional. That's number one. And number two, if you don't know how to do that, we have to start off at the very beginning. And that's with friendship. And that's because I feel both you and your person have trust issues for different reasons. You, because of abandonment. You, because again, you weren't allowed to go with the flow of life. Again, you were again brought up with somebody that was trying to control you, and so you tend to get into relationships with people that try to control you and manipulate you, where this person is the one that gets into relationships and they want to control. But you both grew up in the same type of environment where spirit says, no, you need to find your balance. And your balance would be friendship. You have free will, but it's to integrate and learn those spiritual lessons. Because again, friendship is a spiritual trait. You have to learn how to forgive, to let go, to find balance, to realize that no one's perfect, only God's perfect, that we learn through unconditional love, and it can blossom into a bigger love. But right now, that's where it is. Now, again, you guys have free will. So some of you guys will, some of you guys won't. I feel like, some of you guys feel like that it'll be too intense because that there's still a lot of, sexual chemistry. So again, some of you will, some of you won't. It's a collective reading. The story was more about letting someone come back and ask for forgiveness because of their fear. And like I said, you can accept their apology and you can hear them out, and you can still say no. You have free will to do that, but you could do so gracefully, because it's about saying, oh, I understand why you did what you did, because you also grew up in that environment. And so it's about teaching each other. It's about spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, using two people that grew up in the same type of environment to learn the basic foundation of what trust is, and that's through friendship. And yes, it would have to be with this person coming back and apologizing and you accepting their apology. And then you directing the relationship through, again, how much you want to give, because you have more spiritual energies than this person. So it doesn't mean that they're not going to bring something to the table later. They will. But in this story right now, it's about, forgiveness. It's about friendship. It's about teaching each other what unconditional love is. because it's healing. And so it is a soulmate. I'm going to leave that there. Scorpio, you let me know how you resonated with this one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.